Drive, 2011, a hit or a flop? The 2011 film Drive, directed by Nicolas Winding Refn and starring Ryan Gosling, has become something of a cult classic. But was it a hit or a flop? The answer is more complex than a simple box office figure. Box office performance. Drive was produced on a relatively modest budget of around $15 million. It grossed over $76 million worldwide, which is considered successful, especially for an arthouse film with a niche audience. Although it wasn't a blockbuster by mainstream standards, Drive performed well given its budget and the genre. It was also well received critically, earning a standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival, where Refn won the Best Director award. The film's success can be attributed to its stylish direction, intense performances, and atmospheric soundtrack, which resonated with both critics and audiences alike. So, in terms of its cultural impact and profitability, Drive was certainly a hit, even if it didn't reach the commercial heights of more traditional Hollywood fare. The point of the movie. Drive is not just an action-packed thriller, it's a film rich in symbolism, character study, and style. At its core, Drive is about a nameless stunt driver, played by Ryan Gosling, who works as a mechanic by day and a getaway driver by night. The movie explores themes of loneliness, identity, and the blurred lines between good and evil. The driver, a man of few words, is a complex character who struggles with his violent tendencies and his desire to protect the innocent. The film's minimal dialogue and deliberate pacing build a sense of tension, while the neon-lit Los Angeles backdrop and synth-heavy soundtrack create a moody atmosphere that feels almost dreamlike. The point of Drive is as much about the internal conflict of its protagonist as it is about the external action, making it a compelling watch for those interested in character-driven narratives. Availability on Netflix. As of the last check, Drive is not always available on Netflix in all regions, but its availability can change over time. Streaming rights for movies often fluctuate between different services, so it's worth checking Netflix directly or using a service like JustWatch to find out where it's currently streaming. However, Drive is frequently available on other platforms like Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, or for rent-a-purchase on services like iTunes, Google Play, or YouTube Movies. The iconic car, 1973 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. One of the standout elements of Drive is the car driven by Ryan Gosling's character, which is as iconic as the movie itself. The vehicle in question is a 1973 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu. The car's vintage look fits perfectly with the film's retro aesthetic. In the movie, the car is stripped down, with a plain silver paint job and a no-frills interior, reflecting the driver's minimalist, no-nonsense persona. Interestingly, the choice of car was intentional and symbolic. The 1973 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu is a classic American muscle car, representing the driver's raw power and capability. It's not flashy, but it's reliable and fast, much like the protagonist himself. Iconic wardrobe choices, a deep dive into the Drive movie costumes. The film Drive is celebrated not just for its gripping narrative, but also for its striking visual style, prominently showcased through its costumes. Central to the film's aesthetic is Ryan Gosling's character, known simply as the driver, whose signature look, a sleek embroidered scorpion jacket and minimalist attire, has become emblematic of the film's cool, retro vibe. Supporting characters, such as Carey Mulligan's Irene, further enhance the film's visual appeal with their retro-inspired outfits, adding depth to the 1980s aesthetic that pervades the movie. The costumes are meticulously designed to reflect both character traits and narrative themes, with each piece contributing to the film's moody, atmospheric style. This deliberate attention to wardrobe design not only underscores the film's homage to 1980s fashion but also amplifies the symbolic undertones embedded in the character's attire, enriching the overall cinematic experience. Conclusion. Drive, 2011, might not have been a box office juggernaut, but it was far from a flop. It succeeded both critically and financially, and its impact on popular culture is undeniable. The movie's point is as much about the internal struggles of its characters as it is about the external action, and its stylish execution has earned it a dedicated following. While The Drive may not always be available on Netflix, it's widely accessible across various streaming platforms. And let's not forget the unforgettable 1973 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu, which became a character in its own right in this modern classic. For more celebrity outfits, visit this website celebleatherjackets.com.